Let's talk about a new kind of AI. Imagine an assistant that doesn't just know facts about the world, but knows everything about your world. An AI that's read every email you've ever sent, seen every article you've browsed, and understood every chat message you've ever typed.
I mean, what if you could just ask it, "Hey, what was that great restaurant my friend recommended in our group chat last year?" Or, "Find me all the articles I read about startups back in March." This isn't some far-off science fiction idea. It's the promise of a truly personal AI. But, for years, there's been this one massive roadblock stopping us.
And here's the catch. To give an AI that kind of deep personal context, you first have to process and store an index of your entire digital life. And it turns out that takes up an absolutely enormous amount of space. So much so that it's just been completely impractical for pretty much everyone.
We're calling this the personal AI problem. And it really is this Goliath of data storage that's been standing in the way of having a private, personal AI assistant that can just run on our own devices. Okay, so the core technology that makes this possible is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG. Now, that's a fancy term, but the idea behind it is pretty simple. It's all about letting an AI search through your personal stuff, your documents, emails, whatever, to find relevant information before it answers your question. It's what gives the AI your personal context. But for that search to be fast, the data has to be indexed first, and that's exactly where the problem has always been.
And this is where the scale of that problem just becomes crystal clear. To index a really large data set, let's say 60 million documents, which is about the size of a big wiki, a traditional RAG system would need 201 gigabytes of storage, just for the index. I mean, that would fill up the hard drive on most of our laptops right there.
But now, there's a new approach called LEANN that is completely changing the game. And I mean it. This is a genuine breakthrough that solves this massive data problem. And it's making personal AI a reality for all of us. And the difference is just staggering. Take a look at this comparison. Remember those 60 million documents that needed 201 gigabytes with the old methods? Well, with LEANN, they take up just 6 gigabytes. That is an absolutely incredible reduction. We're talking about a 97% savings in storage space. And here's the real kicker. According to its creators, it does this with no loss in search accuracy. It's just as smart, but it's incredibly more efficient. So the question is, how on earth does it work?
Well, the magic behind LEANN is actually a really clever shift in thinking. Instead of trying to store everything up front, it follows this simple but really powerful principle: compute, don't store.
Think of it like this. Traditional methods, they create these things called embeddings for every single piece of your data and then store them all. It's kind of like printing out the entire internet just in case you need to look something up later. It's crazy, right? LEANN, on the other hand, is more like a genius librarian. It keeps a very small, very clever map of the entire library, and only when you ask for something does it go and find the exact page you need right in that moment. So, here's the method broken down into 2 simple steps. First, LEANN creates this highly efficient, sort of pruned map of all your data. Think of it as a super compact table of contents. Then, when you do a search, it uses that map to find the relevant spots, and only then does it do the hard work of computing the detailed info it needs to answer your question. All the heavy lifting is done on demand, not ahead of time.
Okay, so that's the how. But what does this technology actually unlock for us? Well, it means we can finally do RAG on everything. Your entire digital life can become a searchable, completely private knowledge base. Let's look at a few examples.
First up, your email. With LEANN, you can index almost 780,000 emails, and the whole thing takes up just 79 megabytes of space. Suddenly, you can ask these natural language questions across your entire email history and get answers in seconds. Or what about your browser history? All those articles you read, all those videos you watched, it can all become your own personal private search engine. It's almost like having a time machine for your journey across the web. Now this one is a big one. Your private chats. I mean, think about all the information and all the memories that are just locked away inside iMessage or WeChat or Slack. LEANN can index all of them, letting you search through years of conversations to find that one specific detail you're trying to remember. And for any developers watching, this is a total game changer. You can index an entire code base and use semantic search, so you're searching by meaning, not just keywords. It's even smart enough to understand the structure of your code, which gives you way more intelligent results.
And this is fascinating. You can even index your conversations with other AIs. You know all that great advice you've gotten from ChatGPT or Claude? It's no longer lost in some endless scroll. It actually becomes a part of your searchable, personal memory.
So, when you put all of this together, what does it really mean? Well, it signals a completely new reality for personal AI, one where the power is truly, finally, in our hands.
The benefits here are they're a game changer. It's 100% private because everything runs locally. Your data never leaves your laptop. It's incredibly lightweight, so you don't need some supercomputer to run it. Your personal AI memory is totally portable. It travels with you, and it's built to scale as your digital life just keeps growing. You know, ultimately, this is all about democratizing powerful AI. The ability to do intelligent search across these vast amounts of personal data isn't just for the big tech companies anymore. It's a capability that you can run on your own machine, completely under your own control.
This technology effectively turns your personal data from this messy, disorganized archive into a living, searchable memory. And that's a really profound shift in what's possible. So it leaves us with one final and I think pretty exciting question. What will you ask it first?